We are the throne.
Welcome everybody to the throne. I am Dr. Charles King Smith, but y'all could just call me King. And I got with me today Dr. April Gibbons, PhD, up in here. And we're going to do a one-on-one today, just something a little bit differently than you normally see on the throne. You've seen it a few times, but it's not a continual thing. But we're going to get down deep in some areas of mental wellness, I want to say.
Yeah. We are the throne. We are the throne. Where we bring it all back home. You know the throne.
Unpack. That part right there. How does a person in your professional opinion, what's the best way for a person to find a therapist that fits them?
Well, vetting people, just like you do anything else. When you go into the grocery store and you're looking at ingredients on the back of a package, you're vetting it before you buy it to make sure it's okay for your body. So go to a therapist and see if that person is a fit. If that person is not a fit, it's okay for you to say, I don't think this is going to work, or thank you for your time. I'm not going to schedule any more appointments right now. I'm going to find someone that I feel like may be able to guide me for what I need right now. And that's okay. We welcome that. If you feel like for whatever reason, I always tell, my clients this, that if I'm not a good fit, hey, it's okay for you to say, well, I'm not going to schedule any more sessions. So you have to find someone that can relate to you, because everyone doesn't resonate with your experience.
Right. And in my experience, I found out that I was better to unpack. I found it better for me to unpack first and foremost with an African American, because they can understand I don't think that nobody outside of my tribe can understand the things that I went through, in an environment that I grew up, because, we can picture certain things we talk about. We can picture it in our mind and go, yeah, I can understand that. But not only that, but also a woman. I find it easier for me to talk to a woman, what I'm saying, and be transparent with a woman, and my therapist is a Black African-American woman, an elderly woman. And, I feel so comfortable around her. I'm able to unpack, and she just let me go. Because talking is not my dilemma, and she just let me go. And then, but she'll call me on my stuff though.
And see, that's good. If you need accountability, I think it's good. I wouldn't dismiss other therapists of culture though. So I think it's okay for some African Americans who feel like they need an African-American therapist for whatever reason. But you do have, because I have several colleagues that I talk to that may not necessarily be African-American, but they understand the struggle. I think it's a misconception that we as Black people have, that we only are the people who have been through certain things. You have several white people and Hispanic people that have went through some of the worst traumatic childhoods, probably even worse than a lot of African Americans. And so they can relate on a level too, because they've been there and they've experienced it and they've healed from it. And now they're using their training to help people. So you have those therapists too that may not necessarily be Black, but they understand the struggle because they grew up in an environment where they were surrounded by Black people, or they went to, mixed schools and they had friends and all these different things that they've experienced in their life and how they grew up.
April, you have clients and you collaborate with different therapists yourself, How do you process all this stuff being dumped on you? You know what I'm saying? Because in sessions they're literally dumping. And how do you can't hold on to all of that. So you have to have a way to process that. And so do you go to therapy?
I have in the past. I'm not currently seeking a therapist right now, but
Okay.
I have been to several therapists over the
Okay.
course of my training. That was a requirement when we first started in school, to where we needed to at first, find a therapist to where we can unpack our own things and heal, because you need to be okay first before you can be able to sit with someone else's trauma and be able to walk them through it. So yes, so I feel like I've gotten to a point to where I can navigate certain things and I can help people. So I'm not saying that I don't need therapy. Everybody needs therapy. And so I'm in the process of probably finding one now because of the grief. I'm just lost my grandmother in November. So that's
Okay.
something that's still,
My condolences.
yes, thank you. That's something that's still that I'm integrating and trying to process. But at the same time, for me, how I protect myself in therapy and not take on other people's stuff, I've learned over the years to be able to be connected, but also be detached, to where I can help you and not take on your things because it's not mine. But I also put it back on you because you're in therapy to heal. I'm not responsible for healing you. You are. So I can give you the tools to be able to help you.
Somebody need to hear that again. Say that again.
Yes, I'm not responsible for healing you. You are.
Mm.
I give you the tools and I guide you. So patterns can break and things can shift. So that's what we do, but I don't take it on. So if you don't want to do the work, then you can find someone else, or you come back to therapy when you're ready to do the work.